what can we learn from Nintendo in order to take our marketing strategy to the next level for a very, very low price? Well, Nintendo just re-released an older Zelda title for the Switch called Legend of the Skyward Sword. And the amazing thing is this: it's already the #1 best-selling video game title on Amazon, and it's been about 2 weeks since they released this. Now, what's fascinating about this development is that this Zelda title was released 10 years ago on the Wii. So the profit margins for Nintendo are off the charts. And no wonder Nintendo is the oldest tech company in the world. You know, they've been doing this for decades with older Mario and Zelda titles from the 8-bit Nintendo, 16-bit Nintendo Switch, GameCube, etc. They've been doing this for years. And the best way for us to build our company or your own social media strategy is to build content once and then repurpose it on many different platforms. And what we humbly do at my company is I do a weekly YouTube office hours call on Thursdays, and I'm in week number 146 now. And then every single day at 9 a.m., what we do is repurpose the 7 best parts of the webcast over the next 7 days. We also repurpose micro content or smaller clips of my weekly webcasts on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and other platforms. Now, if you don't have time to sit there and post on different platforms at different times, you can do this for free using Hootsuite, and there's other platforms too. And so what will happen is when you use Hootsuite, you can tell it when to post stuff in the future. Now, you all know that I will never, ever be sponsored by anybody, as I want to put my students first always. But if you go to Hootsuite.com, which is a Canadian company, represent, that's where I'm from. If you go to Hootsuite.com, you can do this for free, meaning you can do 2 social media platforms and 5 free postings per month. And there's plenty of other free alternatives out there as well. Now, my father used to tell me to only take advice from successful people. So let's take advice from and look at what Gary Vaynerchuk does when it comes to repurposing content. And if you haven't heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, you should follow him on Twitter and all other platforms because he is the authority when it comes to social media. All right, so what we're going to do, and do this with me if you'd like, please, is we're going to do a search for Gary V. 86 pages of insanity, okay? This is a document that Gary V put out years ago to tell us how to repurpose our content, okay? And it's a presentation you'll find if you just scroll down here. And what he does is he talks about the content pyramid, meaning you publish a big thing at the top, like a YouTube weekly webcast, and then you repurpose that using micro content on different platforms throughout the day, okay? At different times as well. It's called pillar content. Also, if you go to the bottom of Gary Vaynerchuk's website, you can see which social media platforms, let me zoom in a bit here. You can see which social media platforms he uses and in which order of priority. Now, he changes the order every now and then. So as of now, the most important platform to publish on, according to Gary V, is Insta. Then we have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. I can't figure out Snapchat. And then you've got LinkedIn, and then here's podcasts. And he used to have a logo here for social media platform Method, but that platform Method got MySpaced. It's less relevant now. So he no longer posts there often. And so he dropped the logo for Method there. And I stopped as well posting on Method. Now, my gut is that he's going to add TikTok to this icon list very, very soon. Side note, if you're bored in the house bored, as I say on TikTok, with your kids, I want you to pick up this game right here, okay? This is called It Takes Two. It's the highest rated game released this year on many platforms. So check it out. I think you'll love it. My son Dylan and I are almost finished it. It's amazing. And the price has dropped a lot since they released it. But the bottom line is when it comes to our content strategies. It's that we can copy what Nintendo and Gary Vaynerchuk does so that we can work smarter and not harder when publishing our social media posts.